Hey, welcome in. Well, I'm sure that this story illustrates quite well the sad state of Canadian media, although it doesn't appear to be much different in any English-speaking country. But anyway, let's get to the headline. Jordan Peterson slams Ottawa journalism under siege panel. What a disgrace. So what is this journalism under siege panel? Well, let's take a look. Here we go, journalism under siege. And this event is sold out. Well, I hope a bunch of truckers didn't buy tickets. So anyway, Canadian journalists are having a little event for themselves, I guess, where they can talk about their collective trauma after witnessing people disagreeing with them, I guess. So this is a Carleton University event. Of course, it's happening at a university. In one of the first public events to reflect on the role of the media during the unprecedented occupation of downtown Ottawa, Carleton University invites the community that experienced the siege to join in the discussion. So they're going to reflect on the role of the media. So they're going to talk about lying. They're going to talk about making wild claims with no evidence. No, I don't think they're going to talk about that, are they? Some of Canada's leading journalists will talk about the challenges journalism confronted during the so-called Freedom Convoy's occupation of downtown Ottawa. Yeah, and it must have been challenging for them, taking a peaceful protest and then trying to portray it as, a giant Nazi rally. But you know what? They did. They didn't let journalistic ethics stand in their way. They fought right through that. And damn it, they didn't quit until they'd misinformed the public as much as they possibly could. I mean, bravely misinformed the public. So let's see, the panel includes Jorge Barrera. He's an award-winning journalist who has worked across the country and internationally. He works for the CBC's Indigenous unit based out of Ottawa. At a critical moment in the occupation of Ottawa's downtown, Barrera waded into the crowd with his mobile phone to report live on his own. Oh, you mean like a million other people? And I saw a lot of live footage, a lot of live streams from the protests, and I could see just how peaceful it was. I could see that it was in fact diverse. Yeah, the media wasn't telling you that. I saw people singing and dancing. I saw basically a big, peaceful protest. So I'm afraid I don't think very much of this journalist wading into the crowd with his mobile phone to report live during a critical moment. Yeah, you were perfectly safe and it was nothing, and a million other people did the exact same thing. Let's see, what is it called? Journalism under siege. Yeah, I'm afraid you were hardly under siege. Let's see, here's another one. Freelance investigative journalist. Let's see, based in Montreal, but his reporting during the occupation, and social media presence on Twitter was mandatory reading for anyone following the events. Ling's expert reporting on extremist groups behind the siege was brought out by The Guardian. This language is so ridiculous. These people are so absurd. And if you watched any of the live streams of the protest, you know exactly what I'm talking about. When you see the way these people are presenting themselves, yes, it's obvious why Canada's media is in the state that it's in. But apparently he was under siege, I guess, so okay. Well, here's another one from CTV News, senior political correspondent. See, McGregor was a constant presence on television screens and Twitter during the occupation, and like others working with camera crews, was subject to relentless harassment by protesters. Yeah, he got heckled. I guess that counts as being under siege. I mean, the Canadian media was claiming this was going to be an insurrection. They were going to take over. They were going to install a trucker lord regime. We'd be ruled by some trucker king, perhaps. The media coverage was relentlessly hysterical and detached from reality. So I'm sorry that you got heckled. I hope you can get over it. Maybe with some counseling. Anyway, back to Jordan Peterson. So what did he say? He said, if they were real journalists, they'd be ashamed to claim under siege status. What a disgrace. Yes, and I couldn't agree more. It is genuinely embarrassing. If they didn't hold sway over NPC opinion in Canada, I'd feel sorry for them. But of course, these same journalists, they don't have any love for Jordan Peterson either. I mean, here's CBC.ca. Is Jordan Peterson dangerous? Well, he is dangerous to terrible leftist ideas. Maybe they think he's dangerous for stuff like this. Jordan Peterson blasts CBC as appallingly corrupt, ideologically warped. Quote, there's absolutely no excuse whatsoever for another single dollar of Canadian taxpayer money to go to support that appallingly corrupt, ideologically warped, politically correct, collusionary media source with the federal government. It's inexcusable. And the rest of the media, well, it's part of their pronounced death spiral. Peterson went on to commend a few media outlets that had produced some decent reporting, but said, by and large, it's almost impossible to see what's actually going on in Ottawa. So I don't know, maybe these journalists will have to have another panel where they can talk about their PTSD from being criticized by Jordan Peterson. Or I don't know, maybe they should just get into another profession, maybe become dog walkers or something. Something that's going to be less traumatizing for them. Anyway, that's all I got to say about that. Please subscribe, like, and share. That really helps me out. If you just like to listen, there's the podcast Radio Baloney. So on pretty much every platform. If you look for it, you will find it. Thank you very much. I'll see you next time.